Okay, well, I guess it's time for me to go ahead and take a shot at recording another video. Kind of putting it off because honestly I get nervous in front of the camera. I start to twitch a little bit. That's probably because, I'm not usually the talkative type. I'm usually the one who's sitting quietly in the background not saying very much. Well, I guess I've been busy the last couple of weeks. Now that the seventh Harry Potter book is out, I decided to go ahead and see what all the fuss was about, and started reading that series. Finished with the sixth one last night. I'm still waiting on the seventh one from a friend. I sold a car, replaced the car that I sold with another one, replaced the clutch in the car that I bought, and put another stereo in it. So it's been busy that way. Kind of funny, I don't think I'm passing quite so much anymore as a straight boy when I'm out and about in boy mode. Remember when I took the car in to have the stereo put in, I ended up having a real nice conversation with one of the girls that worked there, and it took me a lot longer to realize that she was lesbian than it took her to realize that I was also an alternative lifestyle. I guess I'm getting more readable that way. Not really that big a deal though. We had a nice conversation, talked about some local clubs and things to do and places to hang out in the local area. It was kind of cool. I also went in and got my new textbooks today for the fall quarter. That turned out nice. My math, as I knew it would, my math uses the same math book I used last quarter for the summer quarter, so I didn't have to replace my math book. I just kept the old one. I was delighted to find out that my next English class doesn't require a textbook, so I didn't have to buy anything at all for English. And the only ones I ended up getting were my ethics class. We have On Ethics and Living Well. Nice little short one. And then a little bit thicker, Morality and Moral Controversies. I'm looking forward to my fall quarter starting again and getting back in school. Can't remember, somebody on some online forum I remember reading had a signature that said, "Knowledge is power, power corrupts, be evil, study hard." I really like the sound of that. It's kind of become my mantra ever since then. And I think it's kind of funny. Here in the fall quarter, I'm going to have an ethics class help corrupt me a little bit more. I remember coming across the Egocentric Predicament in my summer quarter. Fell in love with the term. The Egocentric Predicament basically says that we're all trapped inside of our own heads. We can't get out. And, we're just kind of inside looking out, and we can't really experience the world around us because, it has to be interpreted through, touch, smell, hearing, and all that. And therefore, we don't really, get a grip of exactly the world, the true nature of the world around us. No, it also has to do with how we deal with other people and interact with other people, because we really don't know what's going on inside their heads if we're trapped inside our own. We don't really know exactly what they're feeling, exactly what they're thinking, exactly what's going on under the surface. We just have to take their, the exterior clues and go from there. And it got me thinking about one of the the biggest questions that I've seen proposed to trans women and trans men as well. We often hear people ask us, well, how do you know what it feels like to be a woman? I mean, if you're there in a man's body, how do you have any idea what being a woman feels like? You say you feel like a woman, but how do you know what that feels like? And, well, when you look at the egocentric predicament, then the logical answer is that nobody knows what being a woman feels like. Nobody knows what being a man feels like. Because we can't know what being a woman feels like for the average woman and take a consensus. All we can say is what it feels like to be us, an individual, a single person. We can only say what it feels like to be who we are individually. We have no consensus. So, no, I can't say what it feels like to be a woman, but neither can, a genetically born woman. She can only say what she feels like. Two women may tell you very different things about what it feels like to be who they are, to be the women that they are individually. So, after thinking about that, I've rethought the whole, woman trapped in a man's body thing. It's a bit cliche anyways. I mean, really cliche. But, it doesn't really stand up to serious scrutiny because, nobody knows. Nobody knows what it feels like to be a man. They just know what it feels like to be themselves. That's the way it is. But what I can say instead is that inside me, personally, the core of who I am, I feel feminine. I feel feminine to the degree that trying to, walk around and present as a man and socialize as a man is awkward and to a degree difficult, and that trying to to live in a male body is downright uncomfortable. That's where I am. That's how I feel. And if that's feeling like a woman, well, maybe. I don't know for sure, but it's definitely feminine. And that's all any of us have to go on, is what we feel inside. So, relate to the egocentric predicament. Everybody hides something about themselves. Everybody keeps thoughts to themselves, feelings to themselves, for all these, there's not all these different reasons. Pretty much anything we hide from other people always comes down to fear. Fear of rejection, fear of not being accepted and being loved, not being loved. It's all just fear. And we hide away behind our own little egocentric predicament. We judge others from behind our little walls. We look out at them and we make our judgments, and we really have no idea what's going on in their heads. Is it right? Probably not. I guess it's important that we all remember that we're trapped inside and looking out.